my ass cracked. Wonder what I do tomorrow to make these hoes mad at. Get my lick back. Like I'm fucking with you tomorrow. I don't give a fuck tomorrow. Yeah, hey, hi people. That's why I love tomorrow. Listen, hi, hello. It has been a minute since I have been live. It has been a minute. I'm talking about it's always been a minute since I've been live. I've been busy. I have been busy, booked and busy. Alright, y'all know what that means? Booked and busy. That means that I am not available. It's like, no. But anyway. So y'all, listen, it's a lot of things that I want to come on here and talk about. I actually need to start being live more, and I need to create my videos more. I'm just trying to work that out in my schedule. So that I can you know, be more in the present as opposed to being in the future. But anyway, so I do need to start coming on here live more. I need to start coming on here live more. I just got real irritated with things. I be getting real irritated with things that be happening on the internet and stuff. So I get my ass up off here real quick. But I'm spending my weekend off being busy. Look, I'm spending my weekend off being busy with my chillings. Hi, it feels like it has been forever. It has been so forever. I just was saying that. I was like, it's been a minute since I've been live. I need to be alive more. Look, I need to be live more. I haven't really been having a lot of time though to be live. I've been studying, should I say, working and studying, and so I really don't like my next big adventure that I have going on. I'm talking about my next big adventure. My next thing that I have going on right now is kind of keeping me from being on the internet a lot, which is good though. It's good because I ain't on here going off on anybody, and I don't want that energy anyway. So yeah, I know I'm too excited for you. I'm so excited for like this next chapter, like giving birth, being you know, it's so funny. I just was talking to somebody else that's in your same situation, and I'm like, my boys all got in the car and they like, damn, you got a car full of boys. I'm like, yeah, welcome to the boy mom club. They just got in and started. They talk more than girls. That's so crazy. So they just went into Chick-fil-A. We out here in League City. They talking about take them to the beach real quick. Like, we is not about to go to the beach. I do not have time. I came to get them something to eat, and I'm about to drop them back off at the game. Hello, Bella. You're not a new person, but you're a new person on this live. Yeah, boys is so crazy. They so crazy. But I love it. I love being a I love it. I love being a boy's mom. It's the most exciting adventure ever. It's so exciting. I love being a boy's mom. I wouldn't change it for a world. I used to be like, oh, I want girls. I want to have girls. And then I had 3 boys, and I was like, yeah, I definitely am so freaking happy I don't have. And my Virgo is really showing me that I do not. I'm so happy I did not have girls, because I'm like, I probably would have. I don't know where I'd be if I had girls, but my boys, I'm just like, really? You know, like, this sounds crazy, but my sons are very clean. They're super clean, like super clean, but they're also very dirty, right? They're super clean and very dirty. Like they room will be, it'll be like chaos, right? And I'll go in there and I'll be like, y'all clean up y'all room, and then I'll come back. I'll come back at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning because I'm a person like at nighttime I hear things, so I wake up and I go into their room. I'll come back. I'll go into his room, right? Right. I'll go back into their room and their room would be completely clean. And they be like, it's chaos order. So it's like a little, it's different. Whenever I had girls living with me, because although I am a boy mom, I've had 3, 4 kids that are now grown, like they went off to college and stuff, right? I had 3 or 4 kids like live with me. I've had 3 girls and 1 boy live with me. And yeah, they're night cleaners, which is listen, my Virgo stay up all night, my Taurus stayed up all night, and my Aquarius stay up all night. So we really, like, our house, we're supposed to go to bed at 9 o'clock, right? Everybody gets into bed, we say our prayers, we get into bed, but then we be right back up. Like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, we be up. And this morning when I was getting ready to leave, at like 5 o'clock this morning, I'm getting ready to go. Yeah. That's deleted. Bella, get off my page. My kids is up. Yeah, yeah. I ain't got time. I ain't got time. Like, girl, get on, go on somewhere. But yeah, my kids, they. I love having boys, but I wouldn't change it for a world. I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't. So welcome. Look, welcome to the club. Even if you have girls though, girls are very interesting. Like some of the stuff that come out their mouth and the things that they go through. I just seen this meme that said, "Take me back to 14 years old. I got new ways to ruin my life." And that's how I felt as a 14-year-old girl. I really felt like, yeah, I just was going through it. And then I look at my sons and I'm like, y'all have such, I don't want to say easy life, because we obviously be going through stuff, and the kids go, whatever I go through, the kids go through too. Okay, is the sound back? Hello. Okay, I'm back. Okay, there we go. She said I took him right to my daughter altar. That is so beautiful. That, you know what? That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. I'm gonna have to call you. I need to call you. I need to call you because the last time we talked, yeah. Look, the last time we talked, yeah. But congratulations, welcome to the club. I'm so happy too, like that you was able to keep the peace too during this time. That's what that's what it's all about. Okay. She said there was something that happened. Damn, she always right. Okay. Yeah, we need to talk. We need to talk. I have so many things like planned and coming up and stuff. I just went and checked out some locations today because I'm gonna she said thank you. You are so welcome. You are welcome all the time, Lori. Thank you. You always, man, you a big help. You've been such a big help. You've been such a big help. I have some stuff that's planned for like us and the family and stuff like that too. I went and checked out two locations today um with my friend, just like some stuff to do around Houston. She got some things coming up, some parties that she's gonna have that we putting together, and I'm an event planner too, guys. I don't know if I ever told y'all that, but I probably have. I don't know if y'all look at my YouTube. I've been on my YouTube, my Instagram. My Alexis creations as well too. So I'm an event planner as well. And before I got on here on live, I was actually talking to somebody. I am a jack of all trades. Okay, I was talking to somebody about their baby shower um, event that they have coming up in August that I'm helping with. So yes, booked and busy, booked and busy. That's what it is, booked and busy. Okay. Um, I'm not a jack of all trades. I'm a divine mother. I got multiple arms and eyes and ears and all that stuff. Okay, that's how it works. But really, like when I look at myself and I think of myself, I really look at myself like I'm a part of the divine mother. I have arms everywhere. So when people be like, "Oh, I don't have enough time to do this. I don't have enough time to do that, or do this or do that," I literally work 60 hours a week at an actual job. And then other than that, I take care of my family. I'm an event planner. I am a tarot reader. I am a healer. I do Reiki healing, sound healing, um, all of that good stuff. And I still pray every day. So when people be like, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do this, I can't do that, I don't know what y'all talking about. I dropped my kids off at volunteering service this morning. They went and passed out boxes for, like people that need it and stuff like that. So, okay. Yeah, I remember you told me that. That's really what I had to like keep remembering, because I was in my like I don't want to say like I was under spiritual attack, because I wasn't under spiritual attack, but I did have flying monkeys in my energy trying to. Okay, so we have these parts of Saturn and the sun that don't like each other. So when Saturn start transitioning up in Pisces, my energy be getting like, bitch, everybody can get it. I could go off on everybody, but I really just gotta focus too. So I'm a jack of all. Look, jack of all trades, a divine goddess. Yes. And so I went and looked at some places to have a event. My son asked me this morning, I was like, I'm going to a bookstore, a black owned bookstore by, oh my goodness, it was so nice too. It was a black owned bookstore. These sisters, they own coffee and bookstore. And so, um, and it's really pretty in there. It's super pretty. And it's out in League City. If anybody is in Texas or surrounding Houston and its surrounding areas, it's out in League City. It's called Lit LIT and Java Bookstore. But you can rent the space out and do book releases and stuff there. So I think I'm going to host me an event there. I think I'm gonna host me an event there, and so I've been working on that. I'm working on my I got some other stuff working on. Listen, I got some other stuff that I'm working on. Um, yeah, and on top of that, I am like officially designing my tarot cards. Officially, they're not tarot cards. They're oracle cards. They're oracle cards, and I'm putting a lot of energy into them and a lot of education into them as well. And I really want people to. I realize that when we're pulling tarot, when we pull in cards and stuff, it helps not just like having the description on the card, but like also like pointing out certain things. So I'm making my guidebook and I'm doing my cards, and I've been working on that. I've been working on that for a good minute, but I'm just telling y'all the things that I have going on when I'm not on this online thing. Um, yeah. So I gotta take my ass back to my godmom's Botanica. Okay, I gotta take my ass back to my godmom's Botanica so that I can, you know, be in there. Look, be in there. I don't want to be in there every day, but be in there. Okay, be in there. So just trying to balance out what I have experienced spiritually, balancing that out, and physically, emotionally, mentally. I have an angel in my house. Like I literally have an angel in my house on my wall to remind me, like, hey, you're not a regular smuggler, durgler person. You're not here just to create chaos and just to be involved in chaos and all that stuff. So don't let these flying monkeys and these chaos agents trap you and make you not do what the fuck it is that I told you to do. And that's what God been talking to me about. I had multiple downloads in the last, like, in a week alone, in the last week alone. I've had multiple downloads about, agents of chaos, and it really has dawned on me. So I'm gonna have my oracle cards. I'm gonna be helping people with my oracle cards on how to work through that whole chaos shit. Okay, and I'm also about to, because I opened it up for like people to send me messages anonymously. I cannot say that word, but privately, where they don't have their name, and like I kind of like respond back to them. And so I've been realizing that, and this is just like a little box that I created, okay? Because mental therapy is very important, but it also has a lot to do with spirituality. And so I put a speak to me box out at a particular place, and I'm taking the letters. There's no names on the letters. You leave a message, or you ask a question, and I'm going to be answering those questions, and I'm going to be talking about those situations. Now, the thing is, I'm going to expand it so that people can send me emails. um Not only people can send me emails, but they can also send me a letter in the mailbox as well too, if they want, like, to actual write. If the letter needs to go beyond me, like if it needs to go to, towards the Divine Mother. I know people like, well, I can write my own letter to the Divine Mother. Y'all can write your own letter to the Divine Mother. Yes, y'all can. Um, but a lot of people don't do it like that. And to be honest, a lot of people are afraid. So from the feedback I'm getting about this is like a lot of people not afraid, but they're just like, they don't know how. They don't know how, when, or they'll say I'm gonna do it and then never do it, right? But kingdom work. Listen, kingdom work. But like even just like sending a text message, if you wanna, write out something in the text message, or even, send it to my business line or something like that. But this is something that I created in person, and now I'm going to bring it online. And my reason for creating it in person is because I've told people already that, I work at a drug and alcohol rehab facility, and then also my oldest brother is on drugs. But after I wrote to the Divine Mother, my brother surrendered himself into the hospital, and I talked to him. I was on the phone. I was writing a letter to Mother Mira, and he called me. And right at that very moment, I stopped what I was doing. I put my pencil down, my pen down, and I started talking to him. And when I got off the phone, he was like, I told him, I said, I'm gonna pray for you. I said, I do. I pray for people, but some people I don't pray for. My brother, I pray for him to awaken, right? But I have to be very particular about my prayers, that I pray for people that are under spiritual attack. Okay, and if you are an addict,
9 times out of 10, you're under spiritual attack. So you have to be very careful about praying for other people, because the last time that I got involved with trying to help him, I was really hit with spiritual attack and I wasn't ready. Now I feel as if I'm ready. I'm ready. You get what I'm saying? And so, um, okay. So by me working in a drug and alcohol facility, well, wait. Let me go back. So my brother had called me, and I put the pen down. And then as soon as I hung up the phone with him, I told him, before I hung up, I said, I'm gonna pray for you. Is that okay? He said, yeah. I said, all right. I said, I love you, and I'll talk to you later, right? And I put the pen down. I hung up the phone from him. I picked it back up, and I wrote. And this is all I said. I said, Mother Mirror, how come my brother can't get off drugs now? Like, how come? That's all I said. And I have not wrote anything to her since then. So a week ago, my mother called me and said, your brother turned himself into the hospital, but he went up under a fake name. So call him. So I said, all right, I'm going to call him, right? I'm going to call him. I asked her, when did he turn himself in? She said, oh, it was about 2 weeks ago. It's been about 2 weeks ago. It hasn't been 2 weeks since he really turned himself in. My mama said it was 2 weeks, but it hasn't. It's probably been like 9, 10 days. But it was 2 weeks ago that I wrote, how come my brother can't get off of drugs? Like, Mother Mirror, how come my brother can't get off of drugs? It's been 2 weeks since I said that, right? And I talked to him just now today. He was like, I'm at the hospital. I just need to get off these drugs. And so I told him, I said, you know what, brother, I never told you anybody to pray to, but I'm about to give you a name. And I just want you to keep repeating this name. And I want you to keep saying, Mother Mirror, like, send me your divine light. And it's so crazy. He said it's so clear. He said, Mother Mirror, please send me your divine light. He was like, what you say it is again? Right before we were ready to hang up. And this right here, it just tells me that, your physical parents, they may not be there for you. You might not have your mom. You might not have your dad. You might not have the relationship that you want with them, right? But anything that you are lacking, that you think you're lacking, anything that has you in a sticky situation where you feel like, okay, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this. I don't know how I'm going to get through this. I need my mom. I need my dad. I need that embrace. I need that love. I need that affection, right? The thing is, when you don't have those physical people, you have to remember that the divine mother and the divine father, they always got your back. They always got your back. They're never going to turn away from you. Now, somebody might actually say, but your brother is a drug addict. My brother has never called out to Mother Mirror. My brother has never called out to God. When I asked him, I said, brother, do you pray? He was like, no, not really. I said, well, today we're going to start praying. And the only thing I want you to say, I don't want you to be in there like, I was making a joke about it, but I was like, you don't have to be like a Bible being Christian like mama. You ain't got to go in there filled with the Holy Ghost and put on a show and you got to show up this way. All I want you to say is, Mother Mirror, send me your divine light. That's praying. That is making a statement. Okay? That's a mantra in itself. I said, and if you forget the whole rest of it, just call out to Mother Mirror. She knows exactly what you want and what you need. Okay? The divine mother knows exactly what you want and what you need. Okay? Even when you forget everything else, Mother Mirror. Like, and that, I cannot make it up, y'all. That has saved me the last 2 weeks. Like, my son's, the anniversary of my son's transition was on the 8th, right? It was on July 8th. And on July 8th, I felt so numb. But I felt even number on July 9th. And I had to go to work. I had to get up. I had to go and still fulfill my responsibilities. But I just was thinking about my son all day, every day. And it was raining on the 8th and the 9th, right? And on the 8th, I looked up at the sky and I said, it's raining today. I guess I won't see dragonflies, right? When I tell y'all that sky cleared up, I went in the house, that sky cleared up, I came back out, a frog across my path, a dragonfly across my path. I said, okay, Sakai, I see you. I see you, right? I pulled out of the parking lot. I went to the corner at the stop sign, right? I went to the corner at the stop sign and I seen a double fucking rainbow. I seen a double rainbow. And my son told me no matter how much it rained, I am going to always send you all the colors of the rainbow. And I'm going to send them double time. So what? So what? Hi, Amazing Grace. Hey, Empress 405. Okay. Listen, that right there, it just really just like touched me, and it just told me like it doesn't matter how much storms and chaos looks like it's ahead in your day. It don't matter. It don't matter. Like, oh, okay, it's gloomy. It's cloudy. It's raining. Everything that I had planned, I had balloons that I wanted to release. Everything that I had planned was like, no, you're not doing that today. You're not doing that today. It's raining. The stores is closed. The stores was closed. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. I can't do nothing today. I couldn't even get up. What's crazy is like when my son had transitioned, when he transitioned, I went home right at 3 o'clock. He passed away at like 3 o'clock in the morning. We was at the hospital, and I went home. And when I got home, right, when I got home, of course I cried myself to sleep. I don't even remember going to sleep. Okay, but I remember waking up and it's still the fucking 8th. I remember waking back up and it's still the 8th, and I sat up on the side of the bed and I just felt numb. And I was like, let me go in Sakai room. Let me pull it together. Have I lost my fucking mind? Am I dreaming? Let me go in his room. And I remember seeing the codes, because he's a coder, right? And I seen the codes like just moving on the computer, and I'm like, how is all this shit even running without my kids sitting here? Like, I'm not touching anything, and it's just like running and scanning and doing whatever it does, right? And if y'all look at the picture that I posted on my page of my son, y'all see, and the further away picture, this boy had 3, 4 monitors up, okay? When he transitioned, I found like 5 phones in his room, okay? So at 16 years old, this man had businesses, okay? That's how a Taurus works. Never compete with a Taurus. It doesn't work. Okay, they business out. So I went in there and I was like, damn, I wish somebody can just move me like these codes on this screen, because I don't know what the fuck to do. And then I just felt this energy come over me that same day that my kid passed away. I felt this energy could come over me. I didn't stop making pancakes until probably almost midnight. I just went in there and I made a whole bunch of pancakes. And I was like, we about to have a whole bunch of people in the house. We need to be prepared. We about to have a lot of people in the house. Now, I'm talking, and when I say we about to have a lot of people in the house, my family, they like, are these alive people or are these dead people? When I talk and I say something like we about to have company in the house, my family get to saying, are these real people or are they dead people? So I told them, I said, we're about to have both in the house. Anything extra crazy that happened around here, don't ignore it. Pay attention to it. And that's just the way it goes. For the next 30 days, because I was also still angry, but the Divine Mother literally pushed me through that whole thing. It pushed me through. And I don't have any family. Like, I have family in Texas, but I got my immediate family. Like, I have my kids, my husband in Texas, and my father-in-law and his family. But like, I don't have my sister, I don't have my mama here, so I didn't have my mom to put her hands around me and say, okay, baby, your child has died. And so I just kept thinking to myself, like, parents die before their kids. Parents die before their kids. Parents die before their kids. The fuck? What the fuck is happening? You know? And so I had a lot of elders, ancestors, like show up and say, sometimes it goes like this. We need this angel back. And that's because we need this angel to do this. And I just wasn't understanding. So I literally had to have somebody around me to push me through. And when I was going through that, I also was going through the planting of the spirits with my sister. She was doing planting of the spirits in the ground, you know, like a lot of grounding work. And so I created a lot of things before my son transitioned and after my son transitioned, I stopped. I stopped that part that creates. I don't want to say that I stopped, but I started being more active as opposed to more creating, right? And so now recently I decided that I'm going to, everything that I created in the past, I'm going to put that stuff out. You know, and the support that I need and that I have, it all comes from the Divine Mother. Like even like y'all, my, you know, my friends, my family, and all that stuff. It all y'all came from the Divine Mother. I called in my destiny helpers. I called in who I'm supposed to help with their destiny and their creations. And my son, he was doing my website and he was paying for it through GoDaddy. And so I never knew what the password was. Just recently, I guess it expired, and so they sent the email. And so I contacted them and I said, "Hey, the owner of that account has, you know, transitioned. That's that's my child. I'm trying to get it. I've been trying to get a hold of that." They was like, "Oh, no problem." So now I have access to inside his cell phones. I have access to inside his computers. I like they just cleared it all out. It's almost as if like God made a way. Like divine made a way for me. Everything that could come in my path these last few weeks, these last months, divine has literally told me, if you calm down, we'll make a way for you. And so that's what I did. I calmed down. Y'all, I can't even make this up. My check engine light came on and it said, basically in this phone, right? She said, "Dang, I miss your lives. I haven't watched you since Eva. I learned so much from you. The Most High is always on time." Always on time. Well, welcome back, okay? Welcome back. So look, y'all, my check engine light had came on like 3 weeks ago, right? But I had just got my car. I just got new tires. My husband, I said, I just got, thank you so much for my husband, okay? My husband just got me new tires. He was like, "It's about to be hurricane season. You need new tires." He got the car, like all, you know, oil change, coolant, all of that stuff, whatever, you know, whatever that stuff is, I don't know, right? Pay like $700. Every time we take the car to the shop, they always offer to buy the car. That's how much we take care of our cars, right? And so after he paid that money, right? The check engine light came on a week later. And I know that like the chaos monkeys was up to something, right? So I was like, nah. Now, this is the thing. I know how to change my oil myself. Yes, I am a divine mother. I know how to do everything. I know how to change my oil. I know how to, because I done been broke. I done been, you know, without. So every car that I get in, I be like, I need to know how to change the oil and I need to know how to change the brakes. Okay? All that shit. All of it. The control arm and all of that. Okay? I will sit and watch a person take apart an engine. Okay? So, when I have this sensor in my car. When I get too close to another car, my car automatically brakes, right? And so that light came on and said that it was malfunctioning, right? And so I started praying to the Divine Mother, and I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with my car. There's nothing wrong with I'm an energy reader. I'm dead Ricky over my car. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with my car. Now, when I told my husband, I said, there's a misfire in one of the sensors. It thinks that it wants to act up. However, I know nothing is wrong with it, right? My husband was like, "Man, just take it to the shop, and if something wrong with it, you're gonna have to pay for it." I was like, "Ain't nothing wrong with it, so I'm gonna take it to the shop." So what I do this morning, Toyota opened up at 7 o'clock. My son had to go do community service at 7 o'clock. I told him, I said, "I'm gonna drop you off at 6:45. I went and got us donuts from Shipley's Donuts. Okay, when it got us kolaches and donuts. When it got that, dropped him off. I said, I might be back to get you, but I might not. Depends. Toyota be busy as hell on Saturday. I went in there. I seen Mr. Ray Q, somebody that my father-in-law has been going to for the last 35 years. And I told him, I said, "Mr. Ray Q, is something wrong with one of my sensors? It's a misfire." I said, "It's a misfire. I don't know what the fuck is going on." I said, "But there's nothing wrong with the car." I said, I need that looked at ASAP. He was like, "They might charge you a diagnostic fee." I said, "It's nothing wrong with the car. It's no charging me no fee." Just look at it. It's nothing wrong with the car. He was like, okay, and then he is the last time I went, I had my Bindu on, and so he started talking to me about divine and all that stuff, and he was like, oh, Miss, I'm not gonna say what my husband name is, but he was like, okay, Miss, So I was like, Miss T, okay, I'll say T. His name is T. Miss T, uh, yeah, it was nothing wrong with the car. You was right. It's a misfire. The car thinks that it wants to act up. It was nothing wrong with the car. I said, I already knew that. I told my husband nothing was wrong with the car. And it didn't cost me nothing. It didn't cost me nothing. I was like, look at there. Look at there. There is nothing going on in our life right now that the Divine Mother haven't already told us. I got that handled. What are you acting crazy for? What are you acting like I don't have that handled? I'm like, okay, all right. This morning, I just was like, all right. My son was like, can we go to Target now, then? I was like, no, Target's not in the plan. Target's not in the plan. It's not in the budget this morning. Like, no, I'm not fooling with you, your daddy, and Target. It's not happening. It's not happening. But yeah, so I just wanted to tell y'all that, like, I wonder if there has been something going on spiritually about finding peace with those we lost. My sister recently came across some information about my mom passing too. It is, let me tell you, so Saturn is doing this thing, right? And I was looking at the transits. Saturn wants us to settle our debts. Okay? They want us to settle our debts. But not only do they want us to settle our debts, they also want the ancestors to settle their debts. But the ancestors are not, quote unquote, here, right? They're not in the same form that we are. But our ancestors are sitting next to us. So, like, some of the things that we have to do is like, let's play this back. A lot of our ancestors, I'm saying some, but a lot, most most of our ancestors, they left this round owing their children, owing their, owing their children, owing their parents, owing their brothers, their sisters, and and whomever. They set certain type of examples up, and we accumulated even more debt since our parents have transitioned. My father's birthday is on Saturday. And my husband just told me, like, Saturday is Houston holiday. He was like, so I mean, not Saturday, on Sunday. He was like, it's on Sunday. He was like, that's Houston holiday. So let's go out and celebrate. I was like, no, we ain't gonna celebrate, but we could do something at the house. We could do a 713 party. But in that, I'ma still recognize my father and stuff like that. And so it's just about settling debts, venerating our ancestors and stuff like that too. That's really what Saturn want us to do. These kids is so crazy. I think they in there eating. People then came out and went in. But yeah, so Saturn really wants us to settle some debts. They want us to settle some debts instead of accumulating more. And this is just a note. This is just a message. Okay, this is just a message. This part right here. So Empress 405 said, "So proud of your growth." That's the last part of her line, right? This is the message that, like, Saturn really wants us to know, is that you cannot clean mud with mud. So it's really about getting ourselves together, so that way when we go to help or assist anybody else, we're not dirtying or hindering them up as well too. We are, I don't want to say karma, but like with our energy. Okay, so it's important about us having our energy in a certain place and in a certain, I don't even know how to explain it because I don't want to use the word perception, mindset. It's like having our energy clear and balanced, and then trying to help and assist other people as well too. So that's really like what's going on spiritually. It's about taking care of yourself, but also being prepared to take care of the ancestors as well too. Yep. So and finding peace in that, and you find peace in accepting those that we have lost by forgiving. Okay, by forgiving them, by forgiving them. Like, to be honest, and that doesn't just mean like that we have lost physically. You know, like they passed away. It doesn't just mean like that. It also means like that we lost. Like, shit, I lose people every day, b. When I be thinking that I be having a friend, then I gotta grieve like, oh, okay, I don't have a friend in that person. That's not somebody do something extra calculated. I'm saying extra calculated. That you grieve that too. You be like, damn, like I really thought that I was gonna be able to have this person on my team, or I was gonna be a part of that team as well. So grieving and losing somebody, it's all about a perspective, and you just got to make sure that your energy is prepared. So I think that's kind of like what spirit has really been preparing us about, really 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 been preparing us about, because I've been looking at all types. I've been peeping so much stuff, and like I said, I've been having so many downloads and stuff. I just haven't been sharing them live because I don't want to be an agent of chaos. And if I share every last single download that I have, I will be in the middle of an agent of chaos and a regular look and the God's agent. And I'm just really trying to stick to the divine light. Like I ain't even trying to do all that extraness over there. I really ain't. I really ain't. They got that. They got that. I had a blueberry. This is a blueberry refresher from the bookstore. It's actually pretty good, but it's sweet. It's so sweet. It's so sweet. But okay, guys. Okay, I think my little chickens is getting ready to come out of Chick-fil-A. I think they coming out. They look like they got hands full of stuff, and that's so crazy. So I am going to talk to you guys. They talking about everything is witchcraft. My kid don't have no food. Did y'all eat in there? I think they trying to take their time because they don't want me to leave them out here. They like, what we gonna do until tonight? Okay, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. I love you guys. Y'all have a wonderful day on purpose. Bye.